Buddhism, Jainism. Origin of Buddhism and Jainism. Buddhism, Jainism were among major heterodox sects that emerged during post-Vedic era. Major reason for their emergence were the spirit of skepticism was on rise, questioning every custom and orthodox response to Kshatriya opposition against dominance of Brahman ritual. The Vedic practice of killing cattle indiscriminately in sacrifice stood in way of the progress of newly agriculture economic, which require the use of cattle. The Vedic practice of killing cattle indiscriminately in sacrifice stood in way of progress of the new agriculture economics which require the use of cattle. मतलब वो बलि नहीं देना है, क्या कि बलि दे देगा तो फिर खेत में जोतेगा क्या चीज़ से. This religion received support from Vaisya community because they supported non-violence, uh, thus reducing scope for war and thereby facilitating trade and commerce. Reducing scope for war and thereby facilitating trade and commerce. Dharma sutras decried lending money on interest. It was rejected by this religion. Initially, they did not attach any importance to the existing Varna system, favoring improvement in position of Vaisya. Initially, they did not attach any importance to the existing Varna system, favoring improvement in the position of Vaisya. Buddhism and Gautam Buddha. Introduction. Gautam Buddha or Siddhartha was born in 563 BC in Sakya Kshatriya family. Sakya Kshatriya family in Lumbini, near Kapil Vastu. He was contemporary of Mahavir. Gautam Buddha or Siddhartha was born in 563 BC in Sakya Kshatriya family in Lumbini, near Kapil Vastu, Nepal. Contemporary of Mahavir. Asoka erected a pillar at Lumbini to mark his visit. His father Suddhodana was elected ruler of Kapil Vastu, leading to Sakya Republic, and his mother Mahamaya was a princess of Kingdom of Kosala, and his mother Mahamaya was princess from the Kingdom of Kosala. Mahamaya dreamed of a white elephant entering her womb. He was brought up by his foster mother, Mahaprajapati Gautami, the first woman bhikkhuni to included in his son. The first woman bhikkhuni to included in his sangha. He married Yasodhara and had a son named Rahul. One day, while riding in his chariot, he encountered foresight. Old man, sick man, corpus, religious, mendicant, बूढ़ा आदमी, बीमार आदमी, कॉर्पस मतलब वही डेड बॉडी को ही बोलते होंगे. पैसे and religious mendicant. These encounters deeply affected him, leading to his realization of pervasive suffering in the world. Buddha road to Nirvana. At the age of 29, he departed the city on chariot with his beloved horse Kathaka. and Channa, beloved horse Kathaka and Channa, the charioteer. In search of eternal truth, what is known as Mahabhiniskarm, Mahabhiniskarm, or the Great Departure. At the age of 29, he dropped the city on chariot with his beloved horse Kathaka and Channa the charioteer in search of eternal truth. This known as Mahabhiniskarman or Great Departure. He wandered for 7 years. After that, he reached Uruvela, modern day Bodh Gaya, situated on bank of Nirjana river, Falgu, Nir, Nira, निरंजना रिवर, इसको फल्गु रिवर भी बोलते हैं. निरंजन रिवर या निरंजना रिवर. In between, Siddhartha sought the guidance of uh, Alra Kalam and Udaka Ramaputta. He was not satisfied with their path and practiced severe ascetic, which left him nearly dead. He sat under people tree Bodhi tree and attained nirvana enlightenment at the age of 35, earning the title Buddha or enlightened. After the Buddha, life of Buddha after nirvana, he delivered first sermon at Sarnath, Deer Park, Varanasi. This event is described as Dharm Chakra Parvartan, or setting the motion of wheel of great law. The Maurya pillar capital found at Sarnath, popularly known as Lion Capital, symbolized Dharm Chakra Parvartan. He spoke about four noble truths, the middle, and he spoke about four noble truth and middle path. Established Sangh to spread ideas far and wide. He spoke of he spoke about four noble truth and middle path and established Sangh to spread his ideas far and wide. The prominent disciples of Buddha were Sariputta. The prominent disciples of Buddha were Sariputta, Mahamungalana, Mahakatyayana, Anand. The Buddha had a huge following among both royalty and lay persons. Asoka adopted idea from Buddhism in his state policy. Gautam Buddha passed away at age of 80s in 483 BC at Kushinagar in eastern UP. This is known as Parinirvana, Mahaparinirvana. घर छोड़ा था तो महाअभिनिष्कर्मा, और वो हुआ था तो निर्वाणा प्राप्त हो गया, और मर गया तो महापरिनिर्वाणा. According to Buddhist tradition, his last word to his follower were, "Be clamped up to yourself, as all of you must work out your own liberation. Be lamb onto yourself." Be lamb unto yourself, as all of you must work out your own liberation. Buddha art representation of five stages: birth, elephant, yeah, lotus; renunciation, horse; enlightenment, people tree; first sermon, wheel; eight spoke, showing eight path; death, stupa, holy relic were buried there; physical form, Maya dream; Buddha in monk dress along with horse; Bhumi spars mudra; Dharm chakra parvartan; Mahaparinirvana mudra, laying on the one side, head resting on the palm. Doctrine of Buddha, philosophy of Buddha. The world is transiguous or impermanence. Anika. Anika. The word is transigued or impermanence. It also soulless. Atma with nothing permanent in it. The sorrow, dukh, is intrinsic to human being. Thus, the following path of modernization between severe penance and self-indulgence, human being can rise above those worldly trouble. Other belief. He neither accepted nor denied existence of God. He addressed world issue and was not concerned with debate about soul and Brahma. He questioned the authorities of Veda, condemned the Varna system, and advocated equality. Four noble truths of Buddha: truth of suffering, dukh, birth, age, death, separation, unfulfilled wife. The truth of origin of suffering, dukh. The truth of origin of suffering, samyudya, trisa, from desire for power, power, and long life. Truth for concession of suffering, nirvana, achieving freedom from sorrow. The truth of path leading to concession of suffering, maga, which attained through noble eightfold path and middle path. Eightfold path, astangika mark. Right vision, right resolve, right speech, right conduct, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right meditation. Right vision, right resolve, विज़न सही होना चाहिए, रिजॉल्व सही करना चाहिए, स्पीच अच्छा बोलना चाहिए, राइट कंडक्ट होना चाहिए, राइट मीन्स ऑफ लाइवलीहुड होना चाहिए, राइट एफर्ट होना चाहिए, राइट माइंडफुलनेस होना चाहिए, राइट मेडिटेशन. 8 चीज़: राइट विजन, राइट रिजॉल्व, राइट स्पीच, राइट कंडक्ट, राइट मीन्स ऑफ लाइवलीहुड, राइट एफर्ट, राइट माइंडफुलनेस, राइट मेडिटेशन. अस्थंगिका मार्ग, 8 fold path, अस्थंगिका मार्ग. Buddhism incorporated karma and rebirth. Buddha incorporated karma and rebirth, where past actions save one's current life. Liberation from karma and rebirth lead to nirvana and attainable via middle path. Liberation from karma and rebirth lead to nirvana, attainable by middle path. The common people, to stay away from coveting properties of other, committing violence, using intoxicant, speaking lies, indulging in a corrupt practice. Monk, restriction on monk food, entire and sexual conduct, prohibit from accepting gold, silver, engaging in buying and selling, resembled a form of primitive communism. A special feature of Buddhism. Three main elements, three ratna in Buddhism: Buddha, Sangha, Dhamma. Buddha, Sangha, Dhamma. Spread of Buddhism. Magad, Kosala, Kusambi, and various republics turned to be Buddhism due to Brahmin discrimination drawn by its perceived liberalism and democracy in contrast to Brahminism. Emperor Asoka promoted its global spread, particularly in Central Asia, West Asia, and Sri Lanka. Sangha, Central Asia, West Asia, and Sri Lanka. Sangha and religious order, open to everybody, irrespective of caste, sex. Initially, men joined the Sangha, but later it admitted women facilitated by Ananda. Sangha or religious discourse. Monks should faithfully observe the rules and regulations of Sangha. Debater and slaves were not permitted to be members of the sun without permission of their master or superior. Monks should faithfully observe the rule. Monks should faithfully observe the rules and regulation of the sun. The first human statue to be worshipped in India were probably those of Buddha. Buddha didn't name his successor. He said his teaching would be guiding for his follower. Buddha didn't name his successor. He said his teaching would guide his follower. It promoted rationalism, thus encouraging critical thinking and logical over superstition. It promoted rationalism, thus encouraging critical thinking and logical over superstition. Buddhist texts mention the term kutta grahasala, which literally means a hut with pointed roof and groove where traveling mendicant halt. It plays a intellectual debate and discussion. Kutta Gaha Sala literally means a hut with pointed roof or groove where traveling mendicant halt. It place of intellectual debate and discussion. Buddhist council date. First Buddhist council just after Buddha's death. Satapani cave at Rajgir. And King Ajatasattu. President Mahakasyapa. Evident Upali rejected Vinay Pitaka. Anand rejected Sut Pitaka. Upali rejected Vinay Pitaka. Anand rejected Sut Pitaka. Anand Sut सो गया सुत पिटाका Upali Vinay Pitaka. Second Buddhist Council a century after Buddha's death. Vaisali. Vaisali. Kal Ashok. President Sabakami. Buddhist order split into Sata Virya within, believer in teaching of elder, and Samghika, member of great community. फर्स्ट में हो गया उपाली रिटेक्टेड विनय पिटाका, आनंद रिटेक्टेड सुत पिटाका. सत्तापनी केब एट राजगीर, किंग अजात शत्रु महाकश्यपा. सेकेंड में वैशाली काल अशोक सबा कमी. बुद्धिस्ट ऑर्डर स्प्लिटेड इनटू सताव्रातीन, believer in teaching of elder, and Mahasamgika, member of great community. Third Buddhist council Patliputra, Ashok, Mogaliputta Tisa. The last section called Third Buddhist council Patliputra, Ashok, Mogaliputta Tisa. The last section called Kathavattu was added to the Abhidham Pitaka. Satavravidin established themselves firmly and expelled heresy. Kathavatu was added to the Abhidham Pitaka. Fourth Buddhist Council Kundalwana, Srinagar. Kanishk Vasumitra, monk of Sravastivada school, Ghosh, vice president. Commentaries of Pitaka were written Sravastha Doctrine were compiled in Mahabhimsa. Divide Buddhism into Mahayana and Hinayana. Buddha thought oddly, and none of the Buddha's speech were written down during his lifetime. Buddhist sect. Buddhist sect. Satavriwada और Theravada. Satavriwada or Theravada. Theravada in Pali means way of elder. It is considered an orthodox form of Buddhism with primary goal of achieving cessation of kales, uh, defilement and attaining nirvana. Theravada in Pali means way of elder. Theravada in Pali means way of elder. It is considered an orthodox form of Buddhism with primary goal of achieving concession uh, concession of kales, defilement and attaining nirvana. Theravada in Pali way of Theravadi adheres to Vijayavada teaching of analysis. The doctrine says that insight must come from experience and critical investigation, reasoning of individual instant of blind faith. Theravada adheres Abhijivada, the teaching of analysis. The Abhijivada, the doctrine says that insight must come from experience, critical investigation, and reason for individual instead of blind faith. The branch is prevalent in Southeast Asian countries like Myanmar, Cambodia, Sri Lanka. Theravada text Visuddhi Imanga, the path of purification, written by Buddha Ghosh, 5th century AC in Sri Lanka. Subdivision within Satha Viruddin emerged in 3rd century when Sratha Vasuddin school of realistic pluralism broke away from the Vijayavadin analytical school. The other prominent offshoot of Satha Vrivadin were Samantya and Vatisputriyas, both known for their theory of Pudgala. UPSC 2017. The prominent offshoot of Satha Vrivadin were Samatya and Vatsyaputriyas, both known for their theory of Pudgala person. Mahasangikas. The first division of Buddhist community occurred during Second Buddhist Council. The first division of Buddhist community occurred during Second Buddhist Council, where uh, Akrayavadin, follower of traditional teaching, split away from Akrayavadin, follower of traditional teaching, split away from Sathavraviddin, follower of the way of elder, and formed their own school known as Mahasangikas. Mahasangikas views on nature of Buddha and Arhat saint. Mahasangika views on the nature of Buddha and Arhat saint foreshadowed the development of Mahayana form of Buddhism. Further division of Mahasangika over the next 7th century included Lo, Lo, Loko, Lokotravidin, the Eka, Ekavaya Vriha and Kaukutis. Mahasangikas. The division of the Buddhist community occurred during the Second Buddhist Council when the Akarya within follower of traditional teaching split away from Satha Vrivadin, follower of way of elder, and formed their own school known as Mahasangikas. Mahasangika views on the nature of the Buddha and Arhat saint foreshadowed the development of Mahayana form of Buddhism. Further subdivision of Mahasangika over the next 7th century include Loko, लोकोत्राविदीन एकव्य Ekavyaharikas Kaukautyas Hinyan. It is a conservative and orthodox form of Buddhism prevalent in Sri Lanka, Burma, Thailand, Southeast Asia. Adherent aim to become Hinyan lesser vehicle. It is a conservative and orthodox form of Buddhism prevalent in Sri Lanka, Burma, Thailand, Southeast Asia. Adherent aim to become Arhat मतलब बड़ा रैंक वाला individual who attains self nirvana and says rebirth. This has been criticized by Mahayana sect as being self-centered. Emphasizes gradual nirvana where individuals help others through example, advice, self-discipline, and meditation, achieving salvation individually. Reject the deification of Buddha, viewing as regular human being, leading to symbol worship rather than idol worship. Emperor Asoka famously patronized Hinyan Buddhism. Huinsang, who visited Tamil country, mentioned in his travel account about several Buddhist stupa built by Asoka in Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram. Mahayana Buddhism greater vehicle. It considered Buddha as a god focused on law of karuna or compassion over and above the law of karma. The deification of Buddha started practice of idol worship. The concept of bodhisattva emerged. They were seen as a compassionate being when who instead of attaining nirvana accumulated merit to help others in the world. Those who completed his goal were Samyak Sambuddha. Its main center was Nalanda University under Pala patronage. Dinaga and Dhammapala, eminent Buddhist scholar from Kochipuram, headed famous Nalanda University. It spread to China and Japan. Attribute and role. Avalokiteswar, known as Lord who looked down, Padampani Sanskrit, Lokeswara, Thera Buddhism, manifest Buddha compassion, Manjusri, male Bodhisattva, interlocutor on ultimate truth, also known as Vansu, China, and Jamplayan, Tibet. The wield a flaming sword to destroy falsehood and hold a book. Tara, female Bodhisattva in Mahayana, female Buddha in Vajrayana, also known as Jetsuna Dolma Tibetan, presented compassion and protection. Khasti Griva, Khisti Garba, means earth womb, guardian of children. Maitreya, also known as Ajit Bodhisattva. Ajita Bodhisattva, the future Buddha, accepted both Mahayana and non-Mahayana tradition. Samanta Samant Abhadra, associated with meditation. Amitav, great savior Buddha. Vajrapani, manifestation of Buddha power. Akasa Grava, Akasa Grava, associated with element of space. Akasa Grava. Vasudhara, associated with wealth, prosperity, and abundance. Skand, guardian of Vihara and Buddhist teaching. Mahayana school of thought. Madhyamika, Sungyavada, all in the void. Yoga care, practice of yoga. Thinker Nagarjuna from 2nd century AD, basic standard, followed the middle path. Neither nothing exists nor realism. Everything self existed is permanent. It believed that there is no difference between samsara and nirvana. No difference between samsara and nirvana. Its basic text is called Mula Madhyamika Karika, middle position between Sarvastivada school doctrine that all is real and yoga care mind only school. Sunyavada is the core of Tibetan school Buddhism. Sunyavad, yoga care practice of yoga, also known as Vig, Vigyanvad, doctrine of consciousness. Propounded by Asang and his brother Vasubandhu Vasubandhu. It focuses on consciousness and knowledge. Idealism, the only reality is suchness. Tathat, also known as Dharma Madhuta. Its basic text is called Sutra Lankara. Vasubandhu converted from Sarvastivada to the Mahayana, wrote commentary of Abhidhamma from perspective of Sarvastivada and Sautrinita school. Vajrayan, the vehicle of thunderbolt. It offshoot it is an offshoot of Mahayana Buddhism, referred as a Mantrayana, emerged after 5th century AD. Mantrayana emerged after 5th century AD. It was practiced in region of Bengal, Bihar, Nepal, and eventually spread to Tibet in 11th century AD. Its main center was Vikramshila University in Bihar. Vajrayan. The monks in this tradition distanced themselves from mainstream society and transitioned from Pali, the people language, to Sanskrit, an intellectual language. The monk in this tradition distanced themselves from mainstream society and tradition from Pali to मतलब पाली से संस्कृत में बतियाने लगा इंटेलेक्चुअल लैंग्वेज आम आदमी का भाषा से इंटेलेक्चुअल भाषा दिस ब्रांच एम्फोसाइज tantricism incorporating ritual chanting and tantric techniques. It incorporates a strong female element. Sculptures like 10th century Bihar statue of Buddhist goddess uh, Marchi Marchi exemplify this. The worship of deities like Tara is intended to cultivate inner quality for better understanding of external world. The worship of deities like Tara is intended to cultivate inner qualities for better understanding of external world. Buddhist literature. The Buddha texts were compiled in Pali, the language of common people, at contributing to spread of Buddhism. The Pali canons are called three Pitakas, three basket. Vinaya Pitaka focus on monastic, rural and moral discipline. Sud Pitaka monastic rule and moral discipline. Sud Pitaka dwell upon discourse and teaching of Buddha. Discourse and teaching of Buddha, moral discipline. विनय जो सूत पिता का जो सो जाता है सोता को न जब टीचर पढ़ाता है टीचिंग ऑफ बुद्धा और विनय विनय बहुत मॉरल साइंस का क्लास करता है विनय विनय पिता का फोकस ऑन मोनेस्टिक रूल एंड मॉरल discipline. Sudpitaka dual upon discourse and teaching of Buddha. It is divided into five niya Nikaya, Digha, Majima, Samyutta, Angutra, and Kudaka. They contain popular works such as Theragatha and Therigatha, hymn of elder monk and nuns. Jatka tale. Buddha deeds in the previous part as Bodhisattva. Abhidham Pitaka, exponent of Buddhist philosophy. Other Buddhist literature book Mani Mikali, one of the twin epic of the post Sangam. Author Satanar. Book Buddha Charit Saudar Saudaranand Sari Putra Prakran. Author Aswaghosh. Book Kundal Kundal Kundala Kesi. Author Nagkutur. Abhidhamma Ghosh Kosh. Vasubandhu. मध्यमानी ककराई नागार्जुना Prampajadaya. Vishnu Dimaga was written by Buddha Ghosh. Ceylon Chronic. Dipamsa Island of Chronic. Mahavamsa Great Chronic. Kuluva Vamsa Lesser Chronic contain regional historic of Buddha. Miland Pana conversation between Menander and monk Nagasena. Niti Pakran. It is a Buddhist sculpture sometimes included in Kudaka Nikaya or Thera Buddhism, Pali Canon. Avadana literature is a anthology in Sanskrit of 100 Buddhist legends. Lalit Lalit Vistara is a biography of Gautam Buddha written in combination of Sanskrit and vernacular. Samanad Pala Sutta is the second sutta of Digha Nikaya and is related to conversation between Buddha and Ajatasattu. Various mudras under Buddhism. Dhyan Mudra. This mudra symbolizes meditation, concentration, and inner peace. Anjali Mudra represent greeting and gratitude. Pranam करते. Vitarka Mudra. This mudra is known as teaching mudra. Teaching mudra, gesture of discussion, represent transaction of knowledge and communication of Buddha teaching. Vrada Mudra represent generosity, compassion, and granting of wishes. Abhay Mudra represent fearless protection and disciplining of negativity. Bhumya Spars Mudra represent the moment of Buddha enlightenment and the gesture symbolize the earth witnessing his attainment of enlightenment. Uttara Bodhi Mudra. This mudra represent union of wisdom, compassion, and balance of masculine, feminine energies and attainment of enlightenment through integration of all aspects of themselves. Dharma Chakra Mudra. Dharma Chakra is a Sanskrit means wheel of dharma. This mudra represents setting into motion of wheel of the teaching of dharma. Karana Mudra represent depices of Buddha or Bodhisattva as a symbol of protection of dispelling of negativity. The index finger is said to be represent energy of wisdom and ability of overcome obstacles. Jana Mudra represent unity of individual and universal concession connecting between practitioner and teaching of Buddha. Tara Jani Mudra represents symbol of warning and protection against all evil. Buddhist school of philosophy. There are four principal Buddhist philosophical schools, which are four pillars of Buddhist doctrine. Bhai Bhai Bhasika believe that relative truth is that which can be broken down into part, whereas ultimate truth is indivisible. Sautrantikas accept selfness of a person but not selfishness of a phenomena. Sita Matrine accept the selfness of both self and phenomena but believe in true existence of mind. Madhyamika it explained that things appear to be real and substantial but are actually without inherent truth of existence. Causes of decline of Buddhism. Buddhism declined throughout the phase of Bhakti movement, absorbing Hindu aspect with some lineage regarding Buddha as a avatar of Vishnu. Adoption of Sanskrit over Pali. Corrupt practice in monastic like deviation from Buddha teaching. Buddha lost its royal patronage after Harshvardhan. The Turk invasion of monastery for their riches. Important fact related to Buddhism. Upasaka are the lay follower of Buddhism who are not monks. Upaksa are the lay follower of Buddhism who are not monks. Pari Parivrajika literally means male reluctant or wanderer. Buddhist bhikkhu. Sramana is a wandering monk. Certain Asiatic tradition including Jainism, Buddhism, Ajivikas. Paramita. Perfection in Buddhism associated with noble quality that are held in Buddhism like enlightenment. Chaitya. It was a place of worship and consecration. Vihara. It was a place of residence of Buddhist monk. Stupa relic of Buddha, such as body remains of object used by him, were buried here. The king associated Buddha are Kosala, Magad, Vaisali, Rajgir. Upo, Uposotha, ceremonial held of full moon and new moon. Upasatha, Upasampada, orientation ceremony when noise become full-fledged member of monastic order. Prava, Pravarajya ceremony to mark as a person going forth from the home in homeless and his या her becoming noise under the presbyter involving shaking of head and donning arch and robes. Gajalakasi Maya, mother of God. The woman surrounded by lotus and elephant used as a symbol in Sachi Stupa.